In Butler, PA, the crowd gathered round for a man they believe in who's standing his ground. Shots rang out in a moment of fright, but up from the chaos rose a symbol of might. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue. Through the darkest of nights, says we'll see it through. Fight, fight, fight with a fist in the air. For the heart of this land, we show that we care. He stood up tall with a fire in his eyes, defying the danger through all the lies. The people's champion in the heat of the fight, raising his fist for our freedom tonight. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue. Through the darkest of nights, we'll see it through. Fight, fight, fight with a fist in the air. For the heart of this land, we show that we care. No bullet can silence the voice of the free. With courage and honor, we all take a knee. For those who defend us, both near and afar, our spirit unbroken, like a great shining star. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue. Through the darkest of nights, we'll see it through. Fight, fight, fight with a fist in the air. For the heart of this land, we show that we care. From the ashes of struggle, we find our way. With every step taken, we earn a new day. Voices united, singing strong and loud. In Butler, PA, we're a resilient crowd. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue.
Next question. Keep them coming from Lee.
Good evening. I'm Lee from Burtonville, Pennsylvania, and I'm a retired state trooper. My question is about something that My question is about something that many voters are thinking about as we prepare to go vote. How can we be assured that we trust our elections will be safe and free?
Yeah, good question.
For me, another great question. I thank you for your service. God bless our men and women in blue.
Yeah. Back to good, baby.
So let me answer this in a couple of different ways. And the first thing I want to assure you that though we're not getting everything perfect, and I would never say that we are, I think we're doing way better as the Republican Party on election integrity this year than we were 4 years ago. So get out there and vote. Know we're working hard on it, and we're fighting every single day to make sure that every legal ballot, but only the legal ballots.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. That's right. That's what we want.
We're doing a lot to make sure that happens. And a lot of this stuff doesn't make headlines, Lee, but it's little lawsuits that the RNC is filing now that they weren't filing 4 years ago. Things like making sure that our voter rolls only have American citizens. Things like, of course, we're proud, by the way, to have the support of Bobby Kennedy, right? But the Democrats have been fighting to make sure that Bobby Kennedy stays on the ballot. And for example, in North Carolina, Bobby Kennedy will not be on the ballot because of the efforts of the Republican National Committee. Things like what kind of signature verification do we have to do for the mail-in ballot? We want to make sure that, again, the legal ballots count, but we want to make sure that we're following proper procedures. And the RNC's filed over 100 lawsuits just in the last few months to make sure that every legal ballot counts. We're fighting for every single day. Now, that doesn't mean, Lee, and all of you, I know we all care about this issue. That doesn't mean, of course, they're not going to change things or try to pull something in 24 and think they pulled in 2020. Let me just take a totally random example off the top of my head. Let's say about a month before the Democratic National Convention, they switched out one candidate for another candidate. A candidate, by the way, got 0 votes compared to 5. But that is, to me, that is what they're going to try to pull this time. We've already seen it. Now, that is, again, they may try to pull some more things over the next few weeks, but think about what that meant is when you take a candidate that everybody knows, Joe Biden, love him or hate him, everybody has an opinion on Joe Biden, just like everybody has an opinion on Donald Trump, and you replace that person with a relatively unknown candidate just a couple of months before the election, that is a fundamental, in my view, threat to democracy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, agree or disagree with Joe Biden, or agree or disagree with Barack Obama. I'm sure we got a lot of policy disagreements with both those gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
They at least earned the right to represent the Democratic Party, which is something Kamala Harris never did. So, and the final point I'll make on this is, you know how you make sure that we win in 2024? We make sure that we, and you've heard this term before, swamp the vote, right? And that's why I point people to this website, swampthevoteusa.com. Check your registration. Because if we overwhelm this system with as many votes as possible, we are going to make Donald Trump the next president of the United States.
Too big to rig, baby. Too big to rig. Too big to rig.
Can I share a quick story with you that happened 6 days ago? I just moved to the great state of Florida.
Right.
Thank you very much. 3 weeks ago. I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
I'm in Broward County.
Okay.
Which is
family okay with the store?
yes, sir.
Good.
Everybody's good. And
Good to hear.
a lot of friends are not though, so we need to continue to support and donate to the right places,
Absolutely.
which are on the Florida website, etc.
Yeah.
I did want to share this though, because even in a state that is now turned red in the last election, the survey last week, I'm in Broward County, it's the Green County, and I went to register voting in Florida. And I called ahead, and I also looked on the website, and I brought all of the documentation, the card registration, proof of residency, driver's license, passport. I walked in, she said, there you go, fill it out. I filled out the form and handed it to her. And she said, okay, thanks. And I said,
That worries me.
yeah. I said, don't you want to check my proof of residency? You want to check my driver's license? She said, no, you signed it. I'm sure it's the truth. So, this is in a state that we trust. My point is, to your point, we can't settle. We have to absolutely make sure, because even with the trying as citizens to do it the right way, I brought her home and I said, no, ma'am, please check my identification. She goes, no, you want to go down right over there. So I have major concerns because of 2020, but even now, then we're much more aware on both sides, and those things still happen. A state can run it properly, but your county matters, and who's in charge of it. How do we follow that? I mean, I begged the lady to take my passport and my card registration.
Yep. Yeah. Again, it's a great point. It goes to my issue that we're not going to get all this stuff right. But what I do think is that my strong suspicion, I actually want to run this down, so I may be speaking out of turn, but my strong suspicion is that there are folks in the RNC who are checking these registrations as they come in. Because I've heard, not Florida, but in other states, where we've been able to challenge registration that are clearly bugged. For example, one of the things we see sometimes, especially with people who don't have the legal right to be here, is you will have people who will register and they'll use a local business, oftentimes like a Walmart. And what we've noticed is that, well, we have 22 people registering at one address. Oh, and that address happens to be a Walmart. Then you need the RNC to go in and challenge those ballots as they come in, right? And so we are at least doing that in some of these states. But I want to follow up. You said Broward County. Okay, so let me check on that. The last point that I'll make here is, it looks like we have maybe somebody. Sir, we love you. If you can round the club, let me have them feet.
Medical.
God bless you, sir. I'm sorry to just the rest of the program, but looks like he's doing okay, so that's a good thing. All right.
He cares about people.
There's a lot more that we can do, but we are actually tracking some of this registration stuff to make sure that it's going the right direction. Again, with all acknowledgement that nothing's ever going to be perfect, you look at our registration numbers in Florida and in Pennsylvania, guys, we are knocking it out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
I say that not to say that we've got it all figured out. We just got to work hard on it. Knock on wood. I say that because we're winning this election. We really are. We just got to
No, yeah.
I meditate to put it up, talk about it sometimes, but I almost consider it like see something, say something. That's not right.
Yes.
And so we have to do our part. But if we see things like that are not happening properly, isn't our responsibility was to report it and try to get this as close as possible?
That's exactly right. And actually, so just a few days ago, I did a call with a lot of our poll workers. Some of you may have even been on that call. Because one of the best ways to help out, obviously, register to vote is the most important thing. Voting, most important thing. But if you've got extra time, we are, I think, something like 60,000 poll workers all across the country. But again, not just the poll watchers, but we've also got the legal support. So, for example, they show up in a precinct, and the local precinct lead is a Democrat who says you have no right to be here. Then we can go and say, no, actually, you do have the right to be there. You do have the right to watch. So there are a lot of things that we could be doing. The poll watching is really important because, to your point, see something, say something is the right principle. But to take tens of thousands of us working together, it's not going to happen by accident.
And I will say, once again, the RNC has done an incredible job and invested millions of dollars to try their best to make sure we have, right? Attorneys really stationed throughout the country at these different polling places. And so I think it already feels much different than it did 4 years ago.
No, it really is. And I would say, give a lot of credit to Chairman Michael Watley here, who's the head of the RNC. So ask yourself, why is Michael Watley the head of the RNC? And there are a whole host of reasons. But one of them is, you got to ask yourself, which states had pretty good elections in 2020 and 2022? And I would actually pick 2 states. My own state of Ohio, we did things very well, and great credit to our local leadership. And also the state of North Carolina, which is a little tighter. It's more of a purple state than a red state, but they did their elections extremely well, and that's in part because of Michael Watley's leadership. So part of what we asked him to do was, hey, make what you did in North Carolina and make it work for the whole country. And I think that's what we're working to try to do.
Thanks.